Yo, let's talk about all these crazy Amazon automation profits that these gurus are telling you you're gonna make. Because you're not going to, all right? No, they're not. No, little guy, they're not. They're really not.
So what's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗡𝗏, and you have reached the 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗡 Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, so what's up, guys? Welcome back to the 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗡 Ecom channel. I'm your host, 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗡𝗏, and if you're new here, the first time, we talk all about how to make money online, offline, and everywhere in between. Yo, that sounds good. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, click the little notification bell, and check out the links in the description below. Comment, do whatever you got to do. All right. So for all you regulars, man, you know what time it is. Let's go ahead. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about the actual profits that you can make from Amazon automation. So I know a lot of confusion has been going on. A lot of people are making these outlandish claims. They're talking about you can do 70K a month, 80K a month, 90K a month, 100K a month, all this. What's really true, okay? Let's just break this down here. All right, so with drop shipping, the typical style that most of us do for our clients, you're looking at roughly 8 to 12%. So we'll just say 10% of your revenue is going to be net profit. In order to do $40,000 net profit, or 60 or 7, whatever these people are talking about, you got to sell 10 times that amount, if not more, because you got to factor in returns, cancellations, shit like that. Okay, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna make, this guy said he's gonna make me 40K net a month. You got to sell over $400,000, probably even closer to $500,000, if not more than that. I don't think you have an Amex that can support that, because with Amazon you get paid out every 2 weeks. Okay, keep that in mind. It's dangerous. All right, even if you have the capital, it would probably be better for you to spin up a secondary account, so that way you're not relying on just one to make all that money. But I digress. What are you really going to be making? Okay, what's going to be the norm? So right here you can see results. It's going to be here, and then here, and then here again. These are actual results from my client accounts. Okay, you're looking at 7,000 net, 5,000 net, 3,000 net. Those are more realistic numbers. Like, sure, you can do 10, 20, 30, but this is not going to happen. And here is going to be the reason why. This all dependent on capital, guys, on capital. All right, if you have, I don't know, $5,000 on a credit card, you're not going to be able to run it up to 100K. It's just impossible, right? With you being paid every 2 weeks and with your limited capital, you just are not going to be able to do 100K selling on Amazon. Doesn't matter how hard you try, doesn't matter what you do, you'll never be able to do it. Okay. Now, if you got like 40, 50K in capital on the credit card, you can do 100K a month. That's not going to be all that difficult, right? So you kind of have to look at it from a holistic approach. Like, the service that you get involved in can be really, really good. They may be freaking amazing, but if you don't have the capital, you're not going to be able to pull off a win. Okay, your net profits are going to be very low, and depending on whether you're tax exempt or what suppliers are using, your profit margins could be even lower. Okay, you might not always do the 8 to 12%. One month you might do 4, another month you might do 6, one month you might do 2%, depending on what happened. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. Now, for me and my clients, I don't shoot for big revenue, I shoot for profitability. So I spend more time focused on finding items that have higher profit margins, so that way we don't have to do all these back-end deals where we're worried about credit card points, we're worried about all this craziness with rebates and all this stuff, because sometimes this gets very convoluted. Okay, I want it to be as simplistic as possible for all of my clients. I just want to be able to sell. And what you're seeing, beforehand were real results. Okay, if you guys are like, oh, $7,000 isn't enough, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't know what to say at that point. That client in particular has well over $50,000 worth of capital at his disposal So that way we can keep that store going and growing at that rate. If you don't have that, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be able to pull off $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Those results were from the 1st of May up until the 28th. All right. So you can see that's doing pretty well, but not every account is going to do that. Some accounts are going to be less, some accounts are going to be greater. It really just, it varies, but those are realistic results. That's what you can expect to see. Don't listen to the hype. Don't listen to the buffoonery where these guys are like, oh, you're going to do 100K in 30 days. You're going to do, no, you're just not, guys, unless you have a ton of capital. Okay. And we're going to talk about why product selection and a lot of other things are going to determine your profit margins. Okay. Let's go. Guys, let's talk about product selection. Okay. That's going to play a very large part in whether you're going to make a ton of money or a little bit of money. All right. So when it comes to some automation services, there's a giant CSV file floating around with a ton of Walmart products on them. And while it does work, it's not always the greatest way to go about it, because now you have all of these stores running the same items. Each one of my stores for my clients is completely unique. So you might see one client doing, 100K a month, another one doing 80, another one doing 60 and all that. And it's also dependent on age and tons of different things, but we're going to get into that as well. But you need to understand that if you're on a listing that has 7, 8, 9, 10 different sellers on there, the profit margins are going to be much lower. Now, while the sales velocity is probably going to be higher, your margins are going to be almost non-existent, because the only way to compete on those listings is through price. All right. How do you differentiate yourself when you got 7, 8 other sellers on there? You got to do it through price. And not everyone is going to be as conservative as I am with my repricing strategies. Like, most people just drive the price down as quick as they can so they can get the buy box, get as many sales as they possibly can manage, and then they dip out, they disappear. They basically create what's called a dead listing, where it's no longer profitable except for a few people who are probably the distributor of that particular item. You don't want that, but it plays a large part in your profitability. Okay, there's plenty of screenshots out there from bigger guys where they're doing $300,000-$400,000 a month, and they're not even really that profitable. They're making like $3,000 total on that. All right. And you're like, oh, but the spreadsheets, the spreadsheet says this product and this product and this product. Guys, like, you can figure that out for yourselves. Like, I use, WebScraper app, and in WebScraper app, along with, another software that I use, it keeps very accurate records of the things that are sold, cancellations, returns, things like that. So my clients are able to see things real time based on what I ordered, based on what's getting canceled, based on what's getting returned, the whole 9. Okay. When you're looking at those spreadsheets, that anyone can enter that shit in. They fat finger a lot of things on those spreadsheets because it's all about getting that profit split, right? They got your money up front, and then they're going to take that profit split. That's not the way that it needs to be. Okay, you need to be able to understand that profitability is going to be everything when it comes to your Amazon, automation journey. It's not about selling the most. Okay, does having a high enough revenue help? Yeah, if you're trying to leverage your business, because you are creating a real business. If you're going to leverage your business to get maybe capital for some other business venture, then yeah. But if you're looking for a passive income, then profitability should be your first concern. All right, and it shouldn't just be, okay, well, just put me on listings with 30 other sellers so I can get a ton of sales going and get all this revenue and inflate it and blah blah blah. No, we don't want any of that. Okay, we don't want any of that. What you want is to make sure that the things you're selling are bringing you money, and as you saw with those screenshots, that's what selling on Amazon should be. That's what it really looks like. It's not these grand numbers that everyone's trying to throw around like, oh, you're going to be a millionaire overnight. A lot of my clients are making $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000. Like, some of my upper echelon clients are doing over 10K net, but they've been with me for a very long time and their accounts are aged. And that's what we're going to get to in this section. Let's go. All right, guys, let's talk about account age, because that plays a huge factor in how much money you're going to be able to make in your Amazon automation journey. Okay. Now, for me and my clients, the first 3 months are basically a wash. Okay, the first 3 months I'm focused on FBA inventory, because as a brand new account, you cannot start drop shipping all the things immediately. Okay, it takes a little time to get some age on it. We'll get into that in another video. All right, so you need age right off the bat, and your account can't generate the type of numbers that these guys are showing as a new account, because number one, you don't have a ton of listings, right? You're growing very slowly. If you got one listing in your store, chances are you're not going to do 100K. All right, you're going to need a couple dozen, if not more than that, to have consistent results, because the listings will grow and die as as more sellers get on those items. Okay, so like how old does your account need to be in order to do 100, 200, 300K? Typically, an account that's roughly 7 to 12 months old, can do around 100K given the capital. Okay, 100K in revenue each month, that is. Is it gonna happen for everybody? No, because every store should be unique and every store should have its own items, and every item isn't always gonna be a hot seller. It's not always gonna be the greatest. It's not always gonna be the one that really moves you to the next level, all right? But you can kind of count on, from 7 months on, doing some decent revenue. Case in point, with some of the numbers that you saw, a lot of those clients are anywhere between 6 months to 14 months in with me, all right? So that's a pretty good indicator of the type of money that you can make, you know, if I was managing your account or something like that. You know, when you're, and granted, this is, you know, COVID-19 talk here with, you know, you being able to generate more money because more people are sitting at home. But on average, your first few months actually selling, actually drop shipping, you know, you shouldn't really look for more than like $500 or $600 net profit every month. If you're looking for more than that, then I don't know what to tell you, just for the sheer fact that your account needs time. Your account needs time to grow. Amazon needs to trust you. You need to get more reviews. You need to get more feedback. Okay, an account that is 2-3 years old is going to get the buy box more often than an account that is 2 or 3 months old. All right, that's why age is important. Age is extremely important when it comes to the buy box, because that's how you're going to be making your money. If you don't get the buy box for a lot of your items, it's going to be very difficult for you to get, you know, really high revenue numbers, which in turn, if your profit margins are good, get net profit numbers off of that. Okay, the older the account, the better you're going to do. The younger the account, yeah, you're not going to do as hot. You're going to do okay, but you're not going to be great. Greatness comes with age, with time, with experience. All right, and that's what's most important when it comes to, you know, Amazon and selling on that platform, at least when it comes to drop shipping. Now with FBA and stuff, it's kind of irrelevant. There's different sets of rules, but for what we do, this is the rule. It's the rule of thumb, and you got to be careful unless you want to get hit with a 3/8 and suspension. Okay, now you want to know what's going on with the whole like profit margin thing that everyone's talking about? We're gonna break that down in this next segment. Let's go. Yo, so what's up, guys? Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's talk about, is Amazon automation right for you? It's gonna depend. Okay, now if you're the type of person who feels that you need to make 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K net every single month, it's not for you, because typically that's not gonna happen. If you're someone who doesn't have a lot of capital, it's probably not for you. You know, if you only have like 5 grand, it's just not gonna do it for you. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're someone who's scared of taking risk, definitely don't do it. Not your cup of tea. But if you're someone who's realistic, who wants to generate some form of passive income, like my clients, where, you know, they're like, hey, look, we made 5K, 6K, 7K this month, 8K, and you're happy with that, then yeah, it's for you. You know, if you want to be roughly 99.9% hands off, then it's definitely more your thing. If that isn't you, then do not get involved. Okay, guys, use it for what it is, a tool to generate passive income, to use it to get into other arenas, something like real estate, maybe Forex or some other form of investing. Just don't think that you're going to get rich off this. Like, you're going to make a good chunk of money, depending on who you go with, of course, but don't think that you're going to get rich. Don't think you're going to be doing like us, driving supercars everywhere off one store. All right, so guys, hopefully that helped you out. And with that being said, you know, please smash the like button, subscribe, click that little notification bell, and drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on automation, right? Go ahead, leave them down there. And then check out all the links and stuff and whatever else. Yo, but be safe, be smart out there during these crazy times and protests and riots and shit. Catch you in the next one. Later.